obujulizi obuli ku file poliisi egamba ye yamukwata empigi naye temulina kati poliisi kooti eba erina kusaba poliisi omuntu gwakwata ali ludda amuleete bunnambiro. Tumanyi nti ali mu mikono gya gavumenti. Ffe twatwogera ku poliisi, twatwogera ku magye, twogerera wamu ku gavumenti yonna. Kati ebitongole bya gavumenti birina okukwatagana byonna, ekyamateeka oba palamenti nga bwe yatandise ku nsonga eno n'ekyamagye kuba bonna bamanyi waali balina kulaba nti balwanirira enkola etambulira ku mateeka. Kubanga ffe ekizibu kyaffe lwaki twogera nnyo ku nsonga zino, lwaki tulwana munnamateeka yenna gy'ali enfuga etambulira ku mateeka bwevaawo, amateeka bwe galekerawo okukola ate tuba tukyakola ki ffe nga bannamateeka.
Kati tuwa olukalamajja
area ki mu luzungu byeyagala specific
just the president said
it is an adjournment more or less. Yes.
Then
what does it if I talk about the precedents which we have to follow, and even with our laws, what does it mean? Then like lawyers, what next now?
No. In our practice, on applications of this nature, habeas corpus, they are emergency applications. Actually, ordinarily, in our practice, I remember the earlier days, you would file an application for habeas corpus in the morning, and court fixes the matter in the afternoon. The requirement was you serve with utmost speed the parties so that they come at 3. It is an emergency situation that would not call for unnecessary adjournments. But when we start getting adjournments of such a nature on matters of habeas corpus, we need to go back and establish why. If the jurisprudence being developed today is proper in as far as such applications of such a nature are concerned. First, the Attorney General requested for 4 days, which we opposed on the 17th. But with that assurance from the Attorney General that, well, if you want us to force us to proceed, yet we can have an answer, then what do you want? But because we were very desperate to get an answer, and the answer is to have the Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi produced dead or alive, we agreed by consent, as has been put in this decision. We agreed to 4 days, and we expected by 20th of July, this matter ought to have been resolved, because there was an indication that the ministers concerned, that's the Minister of Justice, Internal Affairs, Minister of Defense, Parliament, were trying to work out a mechanism of seeing that this matter, the impasse in this issue, is resolved. But that expectation did not come through. When on the 21st date of July, the Attorney General came with police saying, simply saying, you cannot ask for an order for us to produce a person we don't have. The police is part of government. It is a wrong and irresponsible thing to do that government can play tricks. Actually, it is trickery. Now the law is being used through tricks of ensuring that someone is maintained or retained or detained for whatever reason, which worries us. Now we're asking ourselves the reason why the state which has the Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi, even with this immense pressure through courts of law, is not willing to release him. We've had instances similar to this of the Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi, where sometimes people who are in detention are not in that state that can be produced before court. It is a matter of image, I believe. But that is why habeas corpus is very clear. You bring a person to court with utmost speed. The body, whether sick, injured, dead or alive, that is the nature of the application you put before court. So even if that person was to be brought on a stretcher, it is such incidences where court accepts a body in whatever shape to be brought before it. In other matters, court does not accept people to be brought on stretcher, but in habeas corpus, it even calls for the body, dead or alive. So whereas we can give court this benefit of this adjournment, we believe it will set a very bad precedent. If we start making applications for habeas corpus and it takes a full month for us to get a result, I think that would be against the spirit of such applications.
Counsel, if you read the ruling, they are saying that the court cannot issue the habeas corpus order because right now no one knows who is in possession of Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi. What is your take on that?
No, first of all, it is a lie that government doesn't know where Muwanga Kivumbi is, dead or alive, because it is an institution of government that apprehended the Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi. In whatever hands police put the Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi, it remains government. So the duty of court is to compel government to bring the Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi's body at utmost speed. So this issue of failing to make a decision in time will affect applications of such a nature. And it is our hope and prayer that as we await for a decision on the 29th of July, again we did not receive a further decision of adjournment. In the previous days, if I remember, when some of us had just started practicing law, in matters of such a nature, the courts used to fix you. File an application this morning, by 3, court is ready to hear you. But now that we can have such an application stretch for over 10 days or so, I think that was not the intention. I wonder what the students of law, even lawyers, think about what is happening in this situation. This jurisprudence will not be good. But if we get a result at the end of the day, the idea is what is the intention of our application and what is our wish. Our wish is to have the Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi. If it's to be produced on the 29th, so be it. But we hope that is the real tail end of this application. Otherwise, it will lose the spirit of such applications of habeas corpus and intention.
Thank you.
It loses the purpose, actually.
Ekigendererwa kya habeas corpus kyawukana kusaba okulala kkooti eragira oba jjidde ku stretcher oba kuki ebanga emergency.
Tulina information kangene tulina information ekisooka ffenna kye tukakasa buli muntu yenna munnayo